Okay, so this is that you getting your hands into writing
This
yourself.
is the one. See, before I would add stuff, but when you're a vocalist, you're in the studio, you're just doing what you do. You're being
Yeah,
creative.
ad-libbing, yeah.
This is the time that I was like, hey man, I need to sit down on pen and paper and write some stuff. I want to do this because that song actually was not for my album.
Okay.
We were a quick story. We were in the studio and Tommy was out that day. He was sick. He wasn't feeling well. And we're over at Fantasy Studios, Denny and myself. And we were doing, so I can't remember, we had a little downtime. I think we were eating lunch or something. So while we're eating lunch, he goes up and he pulls up a track. Back then you had to go put the big, the two big 2-inch reels on the thing. It wasn't like now. You had to go get the tape, and stick it on there. It wasn't like now where we got all these, stuff now. Like, so he put it up and we're sitting there, we eating. And all of a sudden I heard do 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 do. I heard that beat and I said, man, I'm thinking it's for me. Right. So I don't think I said, oh, whoa, this one's gonna be nice, right? So I started moving my head. And he said, hey, before you start eating, do me a favor. I said, what's that? He said, go in the vocal booth and say, Delight. Right. So I said, just Delight. He said, yeah, right. Do. I said, tell me where you want it. He said, just wherever you just find a pocket. That's why you hear Delight. Delight. So we stack the vocals, make them all smooth and pretty. And I come in, I go, Bear, what we gonna write on this? What's this one gonna be about? I need to write on this one. He said, oh, this one's not for you. And I said, who's this for? He said, it's for MC Lyte. Because
Wow.
they were working on the project for MC Lyte. And that's why he had me saying, Delight. And I'm like, oh, hell no. We're in here on my studio time. I know we're on lunch. I said, that song is going on my album. He said, well, what you gonna sing to it? I said, give me 15 minutes. Damn lunch. I sit down, play it. Just loop it. And that's when I went in there. And a friend of mine, me and him had just said, I said, you know what? That's my new saying right now. I said, what's that? I'm gonna give it the program. You know what I mean? Because we have so many friends making wrong decisions. Some going to school, some doing right, some want to be dope dealers, some want to do all this thing. And that became my thing. I was like, you know what, man, give it the program. Give it the pro. So I told him, I said, you wait till I get a chance. I'll put that on the song. And I swear, 2 days later, this is happening. So I tell you what, give me 15 minutes. He said, okay, 15 minutes is up. I said, all right, go ahead, roll it. So I just went in the studio. I said, I'm going to stack these, so don't trip. So I just went in there. I said, give it the program. Give it the program. And I said, stack it. I'm going to stack it 4 times. So he stacked it. He said, okay. And I said, so just loop them in real quick. So, back then you had to put them in the sampler. And just next thing you know, he said, so what you going to sing though? So I said, this was easy back then. You know what I mean? I was still a single man, So I said, okay, let me just. So I just went every day now. I can feel you watching me from afar. And you've been leaving those love letters on my car every day. He's like, oh, hold on. And I said, yeah, I'm going to put harmonies on that other part right there and this and this. He said, well, what the hook going to be? I said, get there. And I went, so you like what you see? Hey, yeah. You better put a hold on me. So you like what you see? Oh, yeah. And he was like, all right, you got it. And that's how that song came about.
So you wrote in 15 minutes. You wrote basically a song.
Not the whole thing, just the first verse hook.
Well, listen, you've got a song there that's lasted, like we say, 35, 40 years, because that record still gets played today.
Yes, it does.
Any New Jack Swing compilation that comes out, that song has to be considered. As a classic. I feel that I think what separated it from a lot of other, and there was quite a few big New Jack tracks at the time that had bass lines in them, but they didn't seem to have a lot of bass New Jack production. It's more about the drums and other things. But I think Foster McElroy mastered bass, and it's so attention grabbing. Like you say, the way that track starts, boom, din, 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 it just get like Sylvia Rome spotted it straight away.
Yeah, she spotted.
But to go on to put a song like that on top of it, I mean, it's a great song as well as it's just a great song as well.
Thank you, I appreciate it, man. But it's like I said, till this day, I perform the Teddy Riley mix because it's faster.
Are you serious? I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, it's faster, and it has a intro, and it's like 6 different versions. That's the funny part. He did a house mix that I'm sure you guys would love. Dude, I'm telling you, if you go find the Teddy Riley, it's like you'll see it's like 6 different.
They're all mixes. The promos. There's a promo 12 of them all. They got all the mixes on.
Okay, yeah.
And on there.
You go, oh, I like this one. Oh, yeah, I like this one. Yeah. So Teddy, I ain't gonna lie. Teddy earned his money on that one, man, because he got a house mix. He got a house mix that I didn't even know, because I never really tripped on it at first until I went somewhere and I heard that, and I was like, boy, that almost sound like. I said, boy, that is. And the DJ said, watch the dance floor when I put you on. I thought he was just gonna play the version that I'm used to, the one that got that dun, dun. It starts like that, then it is it's real funky, right? It was a whole different version. I'm thinking like, did you do that? He said, no, that's Teddy Riley. He did that. I was like, it was a mix I hadn't even listened to, man, in that dance floor, because it was more of a college crowd back then. That dance floor was full. And I was like, he said, that's why I wanted you to see. I didn't want you to think I was just blowing smoke up you, but he said, I wanted you to see what happens when this song comes on. And I was like, wow. So yeah, in that moment, I was under pressure to go claim something. And here we are. It'll be what, 35 years, 2025?
Yeah. But it was an international hit as well, because I was in Nigeria when that came out. So it's a global hit. And I guess sometimes it's easy for you to see it being big in the US and not realize the impact it was having around the world. Did you have any sense? Did they tell you about that? I
went over it was 93 or something like that, 94, 93, 90, something like that. I went over and did New Year's Eve at Brixton in London. Brixton Palace, is that the name of it? Brixton Palace.
There was Brixton Academy back here.
Brixton. Okay, yeah. I came over and did New Year's Eve with Soul to Soul.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's when I knew, whoa, it's big over here. And then I have friends from Nigeria, and they always tell me, I'll never forget when we used to go. They used to go from Nigeria to London and all these different places. We would get in the nightclubs and your song would come on, and because when we became friends, and we've been friends for years now, she always brings that up.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you love what you watched, there's over 100 artists that we've interviewed. So please check out the videos. Remember to like, share, and unsubscribe. But better still, become a member of Halftime Chat and get exclusive videos ahead of time. But thanks for watching. Take care.